Paul Goldsmith.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to speak in favour of this Arts Council New Zealand Toi Aotearoa bill, which I must say I'm left puzzled a little bit by the previous speaker's speech. The Labour government seems to be claiming credit for the Lord of the Rings, which I thought was rather bold. And I can't understand what they're talking about, limits on representation. I think 6 out of the 13 seats set aside for Maori and Pacific Island. Are they suggesting more? I don't know. But the purpose of this bill is to replace the current governance structure with a unitary board called the Arts Council, comprising 13 members. Well, it's a good job I can read. And it's about streamlining the governance, which was previously top-heavy. And so it replaces the structure and will free up about 200,000, we estimate, that can be better used in actually supporting the arts rather than supporting various meetings that seems to be the focus of the previous administration. The Arts Council and the Creative New Zealand a very important part of the cultural infrastructure of New Zealand. And we're very good in New Zealand about talking about the importance of the nation investing in infrastructure and investing in roads and education facilities and ports. But we should also be recognised that the arts and the creative industries are an important part of the nation's infrastructure as well. Having a quality orchestra, having a quality performing arts groups are important parts of a successful society. I'm going to the Writers and Readers Festival this weekend in Auckland, where last year they had about 31,000 people coming along over the weekend to the Writers and Readers Festival, and I'm sure there'll be even more this time round. And that is, it's all about what makes a richer place for New Zealanders to live in and a richer society by having these sorts of things funded through Creative New Zealand, and it's why this is such an important part. Ultimately, we live in a competitive world, and it's not so much competition between countries as competition between cities. And if we want to retain the new generation of New Zealanders growing up in Auckland, we need to have an exciting place to live, and a place where you can make a reasonable living is important. A livable city is important, but you want to have a quality city which has these sorts of creative industries flourishing and well supported, and that's why I think the arts are an important part of what government can contribute in funding groups that which won't be able to be sustained normally in a small society such as we live in. And so I think it's a very important part of what we do. This government values the arts. We've maintained very significant investment in the arts over the last few years. We've retained the important charitable giving tax reductions that have been a real boon to philanthropy over the last few years. And viewing it more broadly, we've come to do what's necessary to fight against the wreckers in the union movement to retain the film industry working effectively in Wellington. And nothing can be more important in terms of the economy of Wellington than the successful carrying on of the film industry, which was seriously in peril the last couple of years. So, look, I stand absolutely full square behind this bill, and the National Party has had a long tradition of supporting the arts in New Zealand, and we understand its importance to society and developing a rich economy and a rich society in which we can all express the wide diversity of views that are held. And I support this bill absolutely. Thank you very much.
As by tradition, call 11 is a split call.